Okay, today we were playing a game on Oasis, we were playing Genji the entire way through, and this is actually a quick play game, so SR's fucked, and we also don't care about our team comp because it's a quick play game, so obviously it's terrible. Like, we've got 4 DPS, and our only healer is Mercy, our only tank is Zarya. Yeah, it's a quick play game. So we're just gonna start the game. So we're on Garden to start with, almost at University, very different map, so... it's gonna be... We don't really care about our team. Fortunately, we're playing a pretty independent hero. So we found Tracer, who we don't really want to deal with, and there's again McCree there as well, who we also don't really want to deal with. Kinda injured. Going forward while injured, not generally a good idea, especially seeing as we know the enemy team is right there, but Mercy's healed us, so it doesn't matter. It's all fine. Genji... All of these heroes are the wrong name. We saw Mercy get hurt, like, as we are leaving her behind. Very briefly. Gone back too far. We see she's getting hurt. It's actually Tracer that's killing her. So, we should try and help with that, if possible, because even though we're playing Genji, like, we don't want our only healer to be dead, so if possible, we should try and help her. So it turns out Tracer is trying to kill her. We see McCree and have the knee-jerk reaction of, oh god, he's gonna flashbang us, but... kind of a little bit out of range for the flashbang, really. So our whole team's dead right now, basically. Tracer's killed everyone, including the other Tracer, which is a little bit sad. We don't even want to be over here anymore, because half our team is dead. But we also, and then we end up getting into a fight with Tracer. Like, alright, we're going there to heal, just, like, leave, though, because, like, Tracer versus Genji tends to just be a huge waste of time for both participants. So, we're better off just finding something more productive to do with our time than fighting a Tracer or another Genji. Because it tends to be fucked. So we found McCree. Tracer's here to help us out, so we get to finish off the McCree. And D.Va we don't really care about. Well, she can't really kill a Genji that easily, so we're not overly concerned about it. We really want this Mercy, but her whole team is kinda here. So we're just, like, standing in the middle of them all, basically. Like, there's no way we get... Unless we're gonna get the Mercy immediately, which is not gonna happen from that position... We just get out, because we're, like, surrounded by the entire team, and our team isn't really, hadn't really regrouped yet to actually, like, take any focus off of us, so they just turn around and kill us. We want the Mercy, obviously, but if she's sort of surrounded by her whole team, it's gonna be difficult for us to pull that one off, unless we can, like, get some poke in on it before we actually get in there. So, Soldier has just killed... actually their entire team. One of them he killed twice because McCree got rezzed, and then he killed him a second time, so McCree's probably really happy about that. So we got the point now, great. We also almost have Dragon Blade, which is cool because Dragon Blade's a really strong ultimate. So, our team's fighting over here. It's a little bit of an awkward map for Genji because we kind of want to be off to the side, but like, the side is kind of just the front on this map. So, we just sort of try and do as much poking as we can and wait for an opportunity. So they've started going around the other side now. We take a while to get over here. Zarya's over here as well, who is our only tank. Currently being attacked by the enemy team diving on us. We got D.Va coming after us. Deflect some of this back at her, because, like, she's coming after you, and the scary thing is you might get hit by the missiles, which you can hear her using behind her. Just, like, deflect some of it as you're walking backwards, you know? You don't want to just take damage if you can avoid taking it. So, but we've gotten away from the D.Va because, I mean, D.Va's not exactly the greatest hero in the game at killing Genji, so... Their Pharah is now dead. Enemy team's a little bit inconvenient for us to kill because it's like... Tracer, McCree, Junkrat, and Pharah. These people are, like, hard to kill as Genji because... Pharah's in the sky, Junkrat can just blast you away. Tracer, we don't even want to try. And McCree, if he flashbangs us, we die. So, their team's a little bit scary for us. As well as just random AoE damage from Junkrat, which can be difficult to account for. So we have found Baby D.Va. We dash through her, like, really early. Like, she's full HP and we dash through her. If we, like, think we're gonna kill her really quickly, that's fine, but it ends up being a little bit awkward. Junkrat shows surprising restraint and doesn't fire another bomb at us while we're deflecting. Fortunately, we managed to dash through and avoid his mine, which he tried to get us with. And we want to be getting out of here, like, as soon as possible. Like, duck under the ramp on the left side so that you can get out of, like, try and get down the staircase and get the large health kit down there. Because we're walking around with 20 HP. Pretty easy to just die to getting any random damage at all, even just getting punched. So, try and, like, get out of line of sight. All our cooldowns were down at the time, seeing as we just used them. So it was a little bit awkward, but we could have tried to duck out of the way. So we have Dragon Blade, which is cool. It's going to be hard for us to find a great opportunity to use it because a large portion of our team is dead right now. And then we end up getting into a scuffle with the McCree, but like our whole team is dead right now, with the exception of the Diva over there, so there's nothing here to help us, and McCree ends up just kind of killing us by himself, which is not unsurprising. If we're a little bit more decisive, there's an opportunity to kill him, because by the time we actually decide to go for it, Mercy's already over here healing him, and we almost kill him. Because if we see him like this, he's half dead. You can just dash through the guy and then turn and right-click him, and he'll die. By the time we decide that we're going to try and do that, Mercy's already over here, so it's too late. Snappy, decisive decisions. There's not... Don't, like, hesitate, because if you've got the opportunity to kill someone, if you wait, like, half a second longer, kill's gone now. Damn, should have gone slightly sooner. So we still have Dragon Blade, which is a good ultimate. That's happening right now, so we don't really want to go out there and use Dragon Blade, because, well, it's hard to do that when there's the bomb also happening. This is, of course, quick play, so, like, our whole team's been staggered, like, the entire time. Here comes Mercy, who fucking wants to fight, dude. We could, like... If we're feeling particularly confident, we can try and kill the Mercy here by just using Dragon Blade, because she's right in our face, we get to cut her once, and if she tries to float away from us, we can just dash after her and cut her a second time, and she dies. Yeah, her passive's ticking, but it doesn't regen quickly enough to survive getting cut several times. So if we're feeling confident, we can try and kill her, and then try and kill the rest of the team as well, seeing as their healer would be dead. We managed to kill the Junkrat. We can do it we could do this slightly faster, because as soon as the one bomb hits him, he's basically fucked. So if we just dash through him slightly faster, we can kill him quicker than that. And now we decide to use the Dragon Blade, seeing as we've just seen Mercy float past us. Don't quite kill the Junkrat quickly enough, and he actually manages to kill us as we kill him with the mine, which is very awkward. Like, timing-wise, it just barely worked out that he killed us as well. But we killed their Mercy. Mercy was their only healer, so now they are a little bit fucked because our Mercy is still alive, so... And neither team has any other healers, so we get to win because our healer's alive. Their Mercy's back now, but the fight's not exactly going well by this point, and then they get amped, and now they're in the Graviton. We don't have Dragon Blade to use, but we can just dash through them and start cutting, and start shurikening them, rather. Cutting would be if we had the Dragon Blade. It doesn't really work out super well from them. Their Tracer even died trying to get over here, so we've won the first round. As you can see, this is a 17-minute game, so as you can probably infer, this game goes all 3 rounds. Which is exactly, you can just imagine that this is a comp game where neither team wants to work together, because quick play is indistinguishable from it now. Most of the time, the team comps are indistinguishable from each other as well, honestly, on King of the Hill maps. Every elo is elo how, is the moral of the story, as it so often is. So, we're on University now, which is a decent map for Genji. There's a lot of, like, ways you can try and get around the enemy team and do some flanking. They have a Hanzo now, which is sort of our responsibility as Genji, but we do have to worry about him throwing his skill at our feet and killing us. Everybody lines up real nice, but we don't know exactly how healthy most of them are, so it's a little risky to try and dash through them and kill somebody if you don't know how healthy everyone is. Junkrat makes life quite difficult for us in this game, so we've just lost Mercy, whom is our only healer, so... things are not exactly going well. We are hopping around in the middle of the point at only 80 HP, which is the danger zone, because it's below half. Well, half or below is like the dangerous point. Just like jump in the pit and pick up the health kit. You can just jump back out of the pit again. The health kit in the middle of the point is really good for like certain heroes like Genji, because you can just get back out again after picking up the health kit. So we see that actually from pushing tab that they now have 2 snipers, so... their team generally has become a lot easier for us to kill, because now they no longer have a McCree, and they don't have a Pharah, so they have two snipers who is relatively easy for Genji to kill, unless the snipers are really, really good, in which case, I mean, you get shot in the head. But, so we still don't really want to fight Tracer, and Junkrat we can kill, but it's just inconvenient because he always has a mine now, so he can tend to just, like, blast you away. But we do want to be trying to kill the snipers, because they should be relatively easy money for us. Like, this Widowmaker's over here alone, honestly, as soon as it start getting healed by the Mercy, I just, like, dash in and try to kill her, because she's in here by herself, and has relatively few options to defend herself against a Genji that's on her face, other than just hookshotting away. So, since she's alone, we could have tried, like, harder to get the kill. So, unfortunately, we don't have our deflect, and we get bumped away from the large health kit, so we end up getting killed by the D.Va here. Just dash through the D.Va, because our dash is up, and, like, kind of want to try and muscle our way through, but we're so low, and she has shotguns, just, like, dash through her. By the time she reorientates to try and shoot you, the health kit's probably there again, since it got hacked by Sombra. Our dash would then be down, but a Sombra health kit is effectively infinite HP, so we would still be pretty decently off, considering D.Va's not great at killing Genji, so Mercy's fucking dead. Unfortunately, our deflect is down. We do see Tracer coming. Generally, I assume Tracer has Pulse Bomb. Like, if you suspect she's coming at you with Pulse Bomb, try and deflect it, which is not that hard to do, like, on reaction or prediction. But we just kind of, like, use it as, like, a knee-jerk reaction. And Genji's cooldowns are pretty important. Generally trying to be pretty deliberate with them. There tends to be, like, a specific thing for every hero that you're trying to deflect, if you can, and for, like, Tracer, it's the bomb. But, also, we don't really want to fight Tracer, if possible, at the same time, because it tends to just be a big old waste of time. Don't quite get away from the bomb, it ends up killing us, even though it kind of looked like it shouldn't have done from our perspective. Happens. So, we don't win this round, as will be no surprise, seeing as I've spoiled that it goes all 3 rounds. But this round's also not going very well, also. We do want to try and kill these snipers, but we haven't had a great opportunity to just sort of start flanking, either, because we're kind of getting held out in this area, so it's a little bit awkward. So everyone's just gotten emped. We almost have Dragon Blade, but we didn't quite have it when Sombra used the Emp, which is unfortunate timing. And now we're on a trap. Fortunately, Junkrat has fucked up his cheese, and it explodes right next to our face, but there is a tiny gap on the door frame which manages to protect us from the explosion, so we get to live to fight another day. This is a drastic overuse of company resources, because most of the enemy team is dead at this point, because D.Va's out of mech, Mercy's dead, Junkrat's dead, so now it's just 2 snipers and an out of mech D.Va. Don't really need to use the Dragon Blade for it. There's also a Tracer over here as well. We end up only killing the Widowmaker with it. Seeing as they're mostly dead, it's not a very good use of company resources, because we've already basically won the fight. And then we end up just barely getting clipped by the explosion, which kills us, which, you know, feels bad. Be careful with high explosives. Junkrat's not particularly careful, but he's just gained an immunity to it. It's a little bit weird, isn't it, that, like, Junkrat, who's just walking around in, like, a pair of shorts, is completely immune to his own explosions, including his ultimate. But Pharah, who is wearing, like, futuristic space armor, she still hurts herself with her own explosions. It's a little bit strange. Can't even argue that one's stronger than the other, they did the same damage. So, it's a little bit suspicious. So we've gotten over here just in time to touch the point again, but basically our whole team is dead, and we also get clipped coming in. So, it doesn't really go very well for us. We never really got control of the point. And then someone left, but somebody immediately replaces them because it's quick play. So now we're in city center. Watch for Widowmaker being really upset during this round. It was very, very funny. So, enemy team, kind of get caught in the wall a little bit. Alright, now we're up here. Enemy team tends to come around this way, but turns out they don't come around this way at all. They actually go into the center of the point. They actually have a second healer now, and it's a Lucio, who is inconvenient to kill as most flankers. So, you know, in some ways it's easier for us to kill people, because now they have a less DPS, but in some ways it's harder, because Lucio is just inconvenient as a hero. Fortunately, we've got a Pharah doing damage to people, so we get to just finish him off, also. So most of their team is dead now, and we never even really saw that many of them. We can just sort of try and bully the D.Va. The thing we're trying to deflect with D.Va is the missiles, so we don't really want to start using deflect until she starts using her missiles, because then we can bounce all the missiles back in her face, and that does a lot of damage because it's easy to hit a D.Va who's in her mech. So now we've got control of the point. Tracer trying to dash past us and stuff, but then just recalls away. Great. D.Va walks forward, gets killed by explosions. Sad. Mercy walks forward and gets killed by explosions. Also sad. It's a good thing about, that's the cool thing about Junkrat, right? You don't even have to be trying to get kills sometimes. So, we're still, like, we're going forward into people while 2 of our team are dead and we're not at full HP. We then end up getting into a scuffle with Tracer, whom we generally want to avoid scuffling with, and, oh no, reinforcements arrive. So we're going forward at a bad time and, like, kind of pick a bad fight, and then end up having to just limp away. Don't go back out, we're still injured, there we go. Like, it's a Sombra health kit, you can just wait to be at full HP as well, frankly, rather than going out at, like, just above Tracer HP. So Mercy is getting bullied right now, but she's killed Tracer herself, so that's cool, don't have to worry about that. We don't know this is happening in time to try that one. Like, if we realize this is happening and dash up to him to try and break the bomb before he starts, fair enough. By this point, it's drastically too late, and we also end up just getting ourselves killed. I'd just, like, dash away at that point. Unless you can shuriken the bomb first and then dash through it to finish it off. But even that's still kind of a risky maneuver. To be fair, we'd probably die regardless, though, honestly, from that position. So, they got control of the point again. We've almost got Dragon Blade. That's cool. Mercy has been killed by Widowmaker. We want to be focusing the snipers, but we haven't really had great opportunities to try and get around the side and flank them, because a lot of our team is dead. It does also feel a bit like we don't really know what we should be doing, because over this whole game, you'll notice we haven't really done very much. It kind of seems like Mercy wants to fucking fight, by the way. It kind of seems like we're unsure exactly of what we're meant to be doing, and we're just kind of like standing around throwing shurikens at people, not really trying to find people to bully them around, like the people that we want to be. And it feels very unfocused. So we have Dragon Blade, that's cool. Mercy's dead again, which is bad. We'll get into a bit of an awkward fight. We see Tracer. As soon as we see her HP, you kill her by dashing through her. Just dash through her and try to get the kill. By the time we decide to go for it, she's already back over to Mercy and she gets away. And then we get killed because there's a Junkrat there to throw mines at us. If you throw a shuriken at someone, you gotta be ready to see that they're, like, mostly dead. So that you can then, if you're ready for it, you can just dash through the person like, ha, I got the kill. Because if you wait, like an extra half second or so, that can quite easily be the difference between them living or dying, which we don't want as Genji. So we found a Junkrat. Our aim's also, like, not fantastic, but I mean, whatever, aim better. Not exactly helpful advice. Hard to aim as Genji. So, Junkrat helps us out with the Tracer right there, and we managed to finish her off with the dash. Their whole team's dead right now, except Baby D.Va, but she's not long for this world. Great, we got control of the point. Don't have to actually hold it for that long, and we've got Dragon Blade now, so hopefully we can win the next fight. Come over here, charge Sombra's ult a bit, heal up, good times. And wait for them to recollect. Oh, there's Widow. Oh, there's the sad Widowmaker. Oh no, splat. Oh fuck, back up, Genji's right there, I don't want him to dash on me, and got hit by a car. And we end up getting killed by Tracer, which is sad, and we keep ending up getting into fights with Tracer, and she actually does, like, a pretty good job of shooting us. Like, it's not really a position it feels like you need to dash away from, because you don't normally expect a Tracer to just, like, almost one-clip you as Genji. So, yeah, but the other argument is also that, like, if you're not gonna fight and it's at all a kind of risky situation, you should just dash away, because you can just wait for it to be back up again. So fight's happening, we've got Dragon Blade, that's cool, we're just gonna use Dragon Blade right now and try to kill people. Ends up getting knocked away from Junkrat because he's just that kind of hero. And then we end up getting, killed by random bombs. We use our dash to get back, which makes it kind of awkward, because ideally we'd like to dash through this Junkrat first. Our dash is also close enough to being up that you could argue we shouldn't use our ultimate yet, because we should wait for our dash to be up, then we can dash through someone, draw the sword, and then dash again if we need to. Seeing as we're expecting to jump on the Junkrat in the near future, who you can expect to knock away from you, because he always has a mine, the argument is you shouldn't ult yet, because dash is only 3 seconds away. And Junkrat also inconsistent enough that you should just be able to, like, hop around him for a couple seconds to stall it out and then go for it. And we'll win the round before we get back. It doesn't even end up mattering. Do we see the play of the game in the replay? Looks like we do. Who got play of the game? It's gonna be Soldier, because he killed, like, the whole team in the first round, right? Yep, it's Soldier. He's got the lamest of all of the Soldier highlight intros. Not to imply any Soldier has any good highlight intros, but he's got the worst one. Poor Tracer. Poor McCree. Really poor McCree, because he just gets rezzed in the line of fire and dies again. He even got stuck, but died before the bomb could go off. What a sad day to be McCree. Damn, Mercy really tried almost half the damage. So, the thing that, like, stands out, it just feels like we don't really know what we're meant to be doing. It never feels like at any point during the game we're doing anything particularly decisive. We're always just sort of hopping around the sides, kind of like, what should I try and do in this, like, what should I be trying to do right now? It doesn't feel like we know quite what we're meant to be doing. Granted, part of it's like the team was like always staggered and dead, so there weren't super great opportunities. But it also never felt like we were really working towards anything, you know? Just kind of like hopping around, throwing shurikens at people. Even when we used Dragon Blade, it didn't seem exactly like we knew why we were using Dragon Blade. In most situations, we were just like, we're gonna use it now. Oh, I only killed Widowmaker with it. Oh, it's a little bit awkward, you know? Half their team was dead, so, like, I didn't get to cut anybody. So, like, try and be, like, more decisive. Like, there's, like, 2 main ways that people play Genji, which is, like, super aggressive flanking, always behind the enemy team, which requires decisive action because you're always behind people trying to work them over and pick people off. But then there's, like, the other one where you spend most of your time with, which the first one's, like, how people like Seagull play. Then there's, like, the other type, which is that you hang mostly around with your team and just kind of, like, poke at people with shurikens. And then when you see an opportunity to try and pick somebody off, you just go into the team, try and pick them off with dash, and then dash back out again with the reset. And that's more how this one dude's name, I can never remember exactly what it is. Shatter2K, I think, plays Shatter 2K. It plays more like that. So, like, both of them require pretty decisive action, and you're kind of, if you're behind them all the time, you're playing more decisively naturally, because you're, like, trying to create opportunities, whereas the other one, you're, like, waiting for opportunities, but you also have to, like, go as soon as you see the opportunity. We just kind of feel very unfocused. We don't quite know what we're meant to be doing. So just, like, try and have in your mind, or I'm trying to kill X, so that's going to be my goal. And if you're, like, behind them, you know, we're trying to poke at them, work people over, build up a ult charge to try and wipe their team, that kind of thing. Just, it feels really unfocused, and like we don't know exactly what we're meant to be doing. We're trying to pick people off. And in between those periods, if we don't have an opportunity to pick people off yet, we're just trying to, like, poke at people, like, try and get someone low if possible and pick them off. And if we see an opportunity to get a quick kill, we just dash in immediately. No hesitation, get the kill, dash back out again off the reset. So that's what stood out the most. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.